Hello everybody, Jonathan here. Uh, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Chat GPT to create a custom training plan for bicycling. And when I talk about custom, I'm talking about pretty custom. You can type into Chat GPT really all of your parameters and it'll spit out a day by day, week by week training plan. And I've experimented around with some inputs and I've gotten some very, very good results. So I'm going to get right into it. Now, before I type in here, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe because I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button. I'm doing a lot of experimentation with Chat GPT and it should be fun. So I pre-cooked this here. Okay. So what I'm telling Chat GPT. Oh, and by the way, consult a doctor before you engage in any sort of physical activity. This is not a replacement for a trained licensed medical professional or trained licensed fitness provider. Okay, disclaimer. So here's what I've been writing, and I've gotten some interesting responses. It says, write me a bicycle training plan for the next 16 weeks. Rest week every third week. At the end of the training, plan for a race. Gradually increase the volume starting at 8 hours per week and end up at 25 hours per week. So I use 16 weeks just because that's a pretty solid amount of time where you can build up decent fitness in 16 weeks. That's 4 training blocks with ample rest time. I think that in 16 weeks you can get race ready if you have any sort of aerobic fitness foundation from the past. And even if not, I think you do a Cat 5 race in 16 weeks. That's just my amateur, non-scientific opinion. So let's hit the enter button. We'll see what Chat GPT gives us back. Oh, and in case you're wondering, this is the URL, chat.openai.com/chat. So here's what it's saying. Sure, here's a sample 16-week bicycle training plan that gradually increases volume and includes a rest week every third week. Okay, look at this. Here's week 1. 1 hour easy ride, 45 minutes of intervals, 1 minute hard, 1 minute easy. Wednesday, 1 hour easy ride. Wow, look at this. Total volume, 8 hours. See, it even puts at the end, it tallies up the amount of time. Week 2, total volume 9 hours. So this is doing it all based on perceived effort. Week 4, okay, rest day. So we went up 8 hours, 9 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. Look at this. Now we got 4 hour rides coming in on week 5, coming up to 11 hours with a 4 hour ride with some hill repeats. Okay, now we're up to 11 hours. Wow. Okay, so the rest week is back down to 8 hours. So week 7, I think, is going to probably be like 11 hours maybe? Yeah, you got a 5 hour ride with 3 hours of moderate pace. Wow, 12 hours. That's a hard ride. And Saturday's a 6 hour ride with 3 hours at a moderate pace and 3 hours at a hard pace. Holy cow. Okay. Let's try something else here. Write me a bicycle training plan for 10 weeks. Rest week every third week. At the end of this training plan for a race. I'm going to do 6 weeks. Rest week every third week. At the end of the training plan for a race. Gradually increase volume, starting at 8 hours per week and end up at 25 hours per week. Provide intervals as a percent of FTP. There you go. Here's a sample 6-week bicycle training plan. The gradually volume includes a rest week every third week, with intervals prescribed as a percentage of FTP. Functional training threshold power, which is a maximum power you can sustain for 1 hour. Yeah, see, this is way better. You have to get the FTP in there. So week 1, we have 7 days of training with one rest day. Week 2, easy ride. Oh man, there's a lot of easy rides in here. A lot of 1-hour rides, and then they really load in a single big day on Saturdays, which that's probably because it's got people working normal jobs in mind, which makes sense. Totally makes sense. Week 4, 65% of FTP, 4 8-minute intervals at 95% of FTP. I'm tempted to try this plan and see what the results are. Well, there you go. This training plan should help you gradually increase your volume and intensity. That's fantastic. Hard 6-week bicycle training plan. I wonder if it knows what a really hard 6-week. It's important to be cautious when designing a training plan. It's easy to overdo it and risk burnout or injury. It's important to listen to your body and make adjustments as needed. It's also important to make sure that you have a solid base of endurance before starting high intensity. With that said, here's a sample. That's amazing. High intensity bicycle training plan. So we got some 4x8s. We got 1 hour. We got 1 hour of hill repeats at 90% of FTP. We got 1 hour easy ride, 2.5 hour ride with 1.5 hours of 80% FTP and 1 hour of 90%. Wow, that's a freaking hard ride, dude. I mean, right? If you were gonna go cruise for 1.5 hours at 80% of your FTP, I mean, that ain't easy, man. But these are pretty small rides, man. Rest day, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. I think that you could really. This doesn't sound super intense, but well, 1 hour hill repeats. Total volume week 5. Okay, there you go. So anyway, yeah. This is, I think you got the gist of it, chat.openai.com/chat, and then you can ask it to write out your plans, and it'll create these training plans for you. Fantastic. Just make sure to consult a physician and a licensed professional before you start to take on any exercise. Bye-bye.